Hi everyone, it's me, Sam, back again with another yarn haul. As you can, oops, wrong way, that way, as you can see. This is the box that I got in today. It probably bigger than it needed to be. I think it's a bit embarrassing to have such a big box, but there you go. It's from Spotlight. The skein sitting on top is just to give it sort of an idea of the size of the box. Like I say, it was a pretty big box, but I don't think it needed to be as big as it is. So that's the box unopened. I have since opened it up, and I've got the yarn sort of over here waiting to show you what I got. Now, every so often, Spotlight have new releases, and I think this is one of those occasions. It's from Panda Yarn, which is I think an Australian brand. It's an Australian company, so cool, very good. I like Australian stuff. Anyway, this stuff is called Fun Shine. It is 75% acrylic and 25% nylon. So I reckon you could probably maybe make some socks out of it if you wanted to. So I bought some of this yarn, and I think with Spotlight you need to hit $120 to get free delivery. So I bought 4, 8, 12, 16 balls in all, but all different colours. Oh, I say all different colours. I bought 4 balls of each in 4 different colours. Now here is the brand. It is Panda Fun Shine. It is, I'm just going to see, will that focus? 100 grams and 110 meters, which is going to be around about 130, 140 yards, I think. But it is incredibly soft. And a lot of that's got to do with this halo. Can you see that halo? It is just stunning. And the colors are just so unusual. I've never quite seen a yarn. Well, I've seen yarns like it, but not, Australian yarns like it. So this is one color I got, and this is called, it might not even be on the label. No, it's not. Is it on my invoice? Yeah, but it doesn't tell me which one's which. Hang on. Color 803. No. Oh, that's not going to tell me. This one. Okay, yeah, it's not going to tell me. That's frustrating. So it means I've got to go to the website and find out. I'll be right back. Okay. This one is called Magic. Okay, this one's called Magic. Trying to get their colors. They're a lot brighter than they're showing, but the color themselves are pretty good, but they're a lot brighter. I'm going to have to actually do a little test of knitting and crocheting on both of these colors. On all these fabrics. Well, this one and the other one I've got, because I think the halo might be a problem with frogging, but we will soon see. So this one is Magic, and as you know, if you know me, I love the purples. That one's Magic. Then this one is, I'll just check the number, I don't want to, this one's called Fable. So it's a little more understated, and it's got a few greens in there. Still got some purples, but it's called Fable. And it really is very, very soft and very, very pretty. This one is called Bliss, I believe. Just check. Yep. This one is called Bliss. Whoops, hang on. And this one's an orangey. Oh, I don't want to show the label. This one's sort of orangey, as you can see, with some blues and purples once again. And once again, you got the really, really hairy halo. And I got the last one is Faye. Yes. And this one is called just Faye, F-A-E. Whoops. And this is more like it's like a grey purple, a purpley grey halo, and the yarn, I'll just check on the inside of the, seems to be almost all the one colour, which is like a deep pink, and it seems to have an awful lot of halo. So when I saw those, now normally these are 100 gram balls, did I say? Yep, 100 gram balls and 110 yards. And they are, what's the advice? Hand wash? Ugh. Warm, gentle machine wash. Okay, so we can with a maximum of 40 degrees Celsius. So that would be, yeah, I'd probably put it on a cool wash just to be safe. Do not wring, do not tumble dry. It says a 5.5 millimeter knitting needle, which is a 5 in the UK and a 9 in the US. And it doesn't give measurements for hooks, so I presume you go with a 5.5 millimeter hook, which is different in the 9 US. 9 US is actually the needles. I don't know what letter that is. It'd be G H I hook, H hook. I'm not sure. I'm sure someone out there knows. Okay, so beautiful. Now, they were on special, like I say. They are normally going to be $9 each for the 100 grams, but I managed to get them for almost half price at $5. So I didn't buy there's another 3 or 4 colors. Didn't buy them. I didn't particularly like them. The others were, I think there was one that was very, very orange. There was one that was very green, I think, and one that was more blue, and I didn't really like those. So I just got these. And I got 4 of each. So that was $20, $40, $60, $80. So I still needed to spend at least another $40 to get free delivery. So what did I do? Well, I looked on the rest of the store to see what they had. And they had these. Now I will take it out of the plastic because you really can't see very well the colors at all. But it is 12? Yeah. 12 100 gram skeins of yarn for, now get this, normally this bag, and it's great because it comes with those little Ziploc bags that you can reuse, so it's got a little zip that goes around the top, so you can, reuse it for a finished project, like a big blanket or something like that, if you want to. Now, it is their valuable yarn, which to me may scream bad quality. I've never tried it before, so I can't say. But in total, it's 1.2 kilos of yarn because it is 12 100 gram balls, as it says over here. So it's a chenille. So it's a cold hand wash, don't tumble dry. It's 200 meters per ball, which isn't bad. And it suggests a 5 millimeter needle, which would be this, it doesn't say hook, so a 5 millimeter hook. Let me see if I can pull out my 5 millimeter hook just to see if I can It's my 4.5. My 4.5 is a 7. So I can't find my 5. No, okay. It's not going to jump out of me. Alright, so never tried these before. I will do a little knitting and crocheting test with these as well. I want to see how they frog. Because the last time the Value Ball brand, which is like a no-name brand, so like, you know, when you go shopping and you buy no-name, you know, they're very plain packaging and all the rest of it. They're supposed to be a lot cheaper than the normal. Got these on a huge special. Now, do you remember when the other week, I got some cotton, and the cotton was normally $50, and it was reduced to $25. Well, I got these for $25 each. You'll never guess what the original price was. $95. $95? That's like $9.50 a ball. And I ended up getting it for $2.50 a ball. So, no, less than that. I'm dividing it by 10, so it's even less than that, but not by much. Anyway, let's have a look at some of these colours. This, and I bet the colours won't be on there. Probably not. No colour on there. Typical. This is a creamy sort of colour, though. And I've already given you the stats on it. 5mm hook, 200 meters, which we're looking at about, I think, 220, 230 yards. Yeah, and it's just called Go Bag because it's just like a big bag of, you know, you pick it up and go. So it's not, is it polyester? Should be polyester. Yeah, 100% polyester. It is very, very soft. And see actually, if I do it in the shadow, yeah, you can see the thickness there really well. So that's the cream. So it comes with 3 balls of the cream, and I'm annoyed because I went back today because I was to Spotlight, to the online store because I don't leave the house, and I went there and I was looking for think hooks, big hooks, because Laurie from, nope, drawn a blank. I'll put her in the description box, so you know you can go and check her out if you like. But Laurie was using a 15 millimeter hook, and I said to her, "Oh, you're making me want to get a big hook." So I did go. Was it to Spotlight? Yeah, it was to Spotlight. I wanted to see what sort of big hooks they had, and they didn't really have very much. So I ended up ordering a couple from Amazon, so they probably won't be here until next week. But okay, let's go through the colors anyway. So she enabled me. Now this is a lovely sort of really dusky, what do you call it, dusky pink? A musky dusky pink. If I hold it like that, no, it doesn't really do the color justice. Never does. Well, actually, might be fairly close actually there. So I got, there's 3 balls of that. Yeah, so anyway, I forgot to finish the story. I saw these packs, and one of them had a big cross through it because they were sold out, and I thought, damn, because it was a pack I wanted. It was pastel blue, green, yellow, and pink, and I really, really wanted that. Instead, I ended up getting a pack that I didn't particularly want. I mean, it's not horrible, but I'll show you those in a minute. There is then a nice pale pink. That's really pretty too. And reach down into the bottom. A very pale lavender, I would class this as. This pack is actually called the Lavender Mix Pack. So, yeah, that's the lavender pack. That's a lavender color. Very, very mild. And I'd say that's, yeah, that would be lavender, but it's not really. I think this is more pink than purple. personally, unless you put them together. No. Okay, so I got 12 of those. What am I going to make with it? Oh, don't hassle me. I've got no idea. I would have got my dad to bring it in, but I struggled because I couldn't face. Normally, if I get a big box or a big delivery, I call my dad on the phone because he only lives next door. And I say, oh, Dad, I've got a big box, needs bringing in. And he always looks at me and says, what's in the box, Sam? And I say, what the do you think is in the box? And he shakes his head and says, haven't you got enough yarn? And that's just like a red ball. That's like a red flag to me. You know, it's like, bleh. So anyway, I got one of those for $25. So now I'm, what, $15 away from the 120. So I got these colors, and that's blue, green, more cream, which should match the, I think they match the other one. Green, I don't like green, and orange. But then I thought, well, the orange and the green, I could almost make pumpkins if I wanted to out of the orange. And the green could be the stems if I wanted to do amigurumis. I don't know what I want to do with them yet. I may just make baby clothes with it, but I think a few amigurumi wouldn't go astray. But let's have a look at these colors anyway, out of the bag, just to so you can get a better idea. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, so this is it's not a bad blue. It's not a bad blue. And that's a pretty good representation of what it is. Yep, not a bad blue. Let me see if it matches the other one. I don't think it does. No, it doesn't. You can't. Can you see? Yeah, you can see. This is in the lavender mix pack, and this is in the, what's this one called? Earth mix. This one's called the Earth mix. This is a more of a ivory, I would say, more of an ivory. It's not even a cream. This is more of an ivory color. So, which isn't bad. I don't mind those sorts of colors. Like I say, I'm very wary of how these will frog and how these will work up. They are not so fluffy that, if you look at it, they're not so fluffy that they will necessarily shred, I don't think, whilst you're working with them. But when you're frogging them, they very well may do. Okay, let's have a look. Here we go. Let's get the green out. I'm not a green lover, but, you know, I don't like green. They're people! And if you don't know who I'm referring to when I say that, well, you're missing out. It's people. It's Lala from Mad Mimi's Crochet and Farming. She does not like green. She refers to it as people from the movie Solvent Green, if you've ever watched that. I think it's also a book. Anyway, and there is the orange. And it is a pumpkin-y orange. It's more of a dirty orange. Does that make sense? It is more of a dirty orange, and it is showing up quite well. And I do know Lala likes the orange. So that is what I got. Like I say, I will do a little test on these in case you're interested in the next few days, probably. I shall probably do it today, seeing as the cat's actually leaving me alone. But so I spent, once again, I spent 130 all up. I got free delivery, and I got a lot of chenille. I've never actually worked with chenille. Now, the other day, I think I showed you all my Halloween colors that I was enabled to buy by Litsa from Coco's Crochet, who's actually doing her Decade Divas reveal the same day I'm doing my Decade Divas reveal. I'll put her in the links as well if I remember. And I'm going to write this down, otherwise I'll forget. Who did I say? I said I was going to put Litsa. Yeah, who else? I was going to put Laurie. And I may as well put mad, crazy Mimi. I'll put them all in the description box, seeing as I mentioned them all. So I will do a little test, just to see how they go. And I may do more than one color, because I remember watching a review of the Panda Velour, and Litsa did did she do a review of that, or did she? She may have done a review of it, but she definitely was giving us a critique of it in her latest video. Anyway, the brand, same brand name, the value packs or the value ball, it shredded. She said, you should have seen my dress afterwards. She said I should have taken a photo. She was covered in the bits of fluff. So I'm hoping this is going to be a little bit better. And like I say, $70 off once again. It was like the cotton, which I saw was half price. You know, and you've got to wonder, are they discontinuing it because it's rubbish? Or are they discontinuing it because they got new colours coming in? I'm guessing they're discontinuing it because maybe it's rubbish. But luckily, I didn't spend the full $95 on a bag of it to find out. And hopefully I'll do my little testing review and frogging review, and we will see if it's worthwhile you actually going out and buying some if you're interested while stocks last, because $70 off, if it is worth getting, you're never going to get it any cheaper than that. I wouldn't have thought. I mean, 1.2 kilos of yarn, which is how many pounds? 4.4. Yes, 4.4 pound is 1 kilo, and it's 1.2 kilo, so it's about 5 or 6 pound ounces. No, 2.2 pound. Oh, hang on, gosh, 2.2 pound is 1 kilo. Yes, so it's 2.2 pound plus a bit. Math is not my strong point. I believe I've told you this before. Anyway, so some lovely colors. I really wish I hadn't got this one now, and that I, maybe had waited a day to get the other, to see if the other one was going to come back into stock, because the other pack is so much nicer. It's all pastels, and that would have been much nicer than this. But I might get a nice baby hoodie out of this. Who knows? Anyway, thank you for watching. I do hope you like the yarns I have shown you. I really love the panda yarns. They are still on special as of the moment of this video, which I think I'm going to post it straight away. So, if you're in Australia and you see it, you can still probably get the deal. And New Zealand. I don't know if New Zealand have the same deals on at the same time as us, but regardless. Okay, people, thank you for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day, or morning, or afternoon, or whatever time it is in the world for you. And I'm going to say goodbye for now. Take care.
Hi, my name is Joey, and my mummy wants to know why you haven't subscribed yet. Come on, hit that button. Thank you. Bye.